What's up, YouTube? It's the Black Apostle Paul, back at it again with a letter to the black man. Tonight, I want to speak on something I'm very passionate about, and it's reading. I know every video I give you a book to read to help advance you, and tonight I really want to discuss why I'm so adamant about individuals reading, especially black men, because I know a lot of us don't typically like to read sometimes. I didn't start reading a lot until probably my senior year in college. And the reason I say it's so important is because we spend a lot of our life experimenting, trial and error on things that have already been discovered. That's like me spending 20 years of my life trying to find out what's 2 plus 2. Why would I spend most of my life trying to figure that out when someone has already spent their life doing it? And this is why reading is so important. You can shave 20, 30, 40 years off of your life from doing trial and error by reading a book. Someone else who spent 20 years, 30 years studying the same topic that you want to learn about. And the reason it's so important because you don't want to waste that time. You want to start working on new ideals, new ways to develop yourself, and ways that you don't have to go through the same trials that a lot of people went through, because you can avoid it, because they tell you how to avoid it or tell you what to at least look for. And I hear this in the school system now. A lot of people don't read because reading is not really required of them. It's just go to class. The teacher put a few things on the board. They might even give you a study guide, and you memorize the study guide. Come to class and do a multiple choice test, and you pass the test. All you're doing is regurgitating what the teacher already gave you, and you're never learning. And reading teaches you how to teach yourself, retaining the information and applying it in real life. This is why reading is so important. And read everything to expand your mind, because sometimes a lot of us in the black community are confined to small areas. Meaning, like me, for instance, I grew up in a very small town. I never left my town to probably, I don't know, maybe 22, 23 years old when I first started traveling to different states and different cities, and started seeing other people in other places. And a lot of people to this day never even leave the town. I got friends and family that never left the town that I grew up in. So their thoughts are confined to that town. They think in the mindset of that town or that city, that location they're subjugated to. But tonight, I want to tell you the way to free your mind is by reading, being exposed, talking to different people, and not only just reading books about fantasy. I know when I was growing up, a big book was Harry Potter. Me personally, I never read it. It was like a 40-pound book. I'm like, man, y'all can have it. But that was younger me. But the older me, I now understand the importance of reading. Finance books, how to properly get your finance in order. Psychological books, understanding why you do the things that you do, which is very important to help you go through in life, what you'll learn from the art of war. Because once you know yourself and you know your enemy, you have a 100% chance of winning. So knowing yourself, that's from psychology. Knowing why other people do what they do. Psychology. You need to read books on mental health. Learn how to be stable. Because in life, it's going to go through trials and tribulations. You're going to struggle. And reading can help clear your mind. Reading can be the escape. So I really advise everyone listening to me tonight to go pick up a book. And start off simple if you want to. Get a book that's pretty small. Start audiobooks. I'm a big audiobook component person. I love reading. I listen to audiobooks. So sometimes you can't read the book. You don't have enough time. So when you're driving to work, it may take 30 minutes, 40 minutes to drive to work. Listen to an audiobook. When you're working out, listen to an audiobook. You don't need to listen to music all the time. You can put it to the side. Audible, they have a free month trial, if I'm not mistaken. You get you a free book. If you don't like that, you have local libraries have apps where you can check out books to listen to. You got thriftbooks.com, which I purchased a lot of books from. You can pretty low price. If you like new books, you can go to Barnes and Noble. They usually have new books or used books for fairly decent price. You can find books pretty much anywhere. Amazon.com, and just start building a book collection, a library, not only for you but for maybe for your kids if you have kids, your family members when they come by. This is a great way to entertain your guests. And also book clubs. You can discuss these topics amongst your friends and family. Because I get a lot of times a lot of people tell me, hey, you sound older than you look. You sound like an old man. And it's because I am an old man. Because I have cumulative information that I gathered from books written by hundreds of men and women. And I combine it with my life experiences. I don't have to go through the same trials and tribulations because I already read about the trials and tribulations. And I have to avoid those trials and tribulations. So if you want to progress in life at a faster rate than a lot of people, especially a lot of your peers will, start reading. I know last weekend I recommended The 50th Law by Robert Greene and 50 Cent or Curtis Jackson. Told you to check it out, teaching you how to be fearless. And one day what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the books I recommended and we'll do a book discussion. And I'll really give you a breakdown of how much each chapter and very important parts of the book so you can take with you. I know some of y'all still not going to read. I can beg you all day. I can offer you $100 and say, man, you read this book, I'll give you $100. Drop my Cash App name down for you. I know y'all still ain't going to read it. But that's okay too, because guess what? In society, it's a hierarchy system. You're going to have people at the top, you're going to have people at the bottom. And usually the people at the top are the ones who read. But the book I want to recommend tonight is by Carter G. Woodson, The Miseducation of the Negro. And the reason I recommend this book because even today we have a lot of these topics. And this same book that's going on today, that we have issues that are still plaguing the black community. And he really gives a great outline. It's a pretty thin book, easy to read. Said the lyrics are pretty decent size, so it's an easy book to read. And I think it's a good start for a lot of people who want to learn more about the black community and how to develop the black community in themselves to read that book, Carter G. Woodson, The Miseducation of the Negro. And I'll see you next week. Enjoy your week. I'm out.